that if you went to any Caribbean in particular event, if you just had the dominoes and a square table, you can set them up and I can guarantee you'll get some games and people will just, 100%. Be getting involved. But no, you used to love that.
Yeah.
One of the things that like frustrated me and shout out to my cousin Ellis, what frustrated us is we got pretty good at dominoes. You'd watch the oldest for years, how they done it. But when we were children, we'd always get like the old broken sets and we'd have to like make a set out of 2 mashup sets. But then when we started then to become of age where we could then ourselves join the table and play dominoes, man, I sold the house.
Oh no!
So we never got to sit at the big boy table and play the big boy dominoes.
Was that like the Premier League at the parties?
That was the thing,
that was the Premier League.
It's them ones where like you'd be sat around and showing out to be like, you kids go into the other room, watch TV and we're playing. And we got to the point where we were old enough to sit at the table and my nan sold the house.
Right, do you know what? There's something about that feeling, ain't it? There's something about that feeling when like you're with all the younger cousins, ones all the time, and then you get invited to the older group. They're like, "Yeah, come over here." I'm like, "Bro,
like see you lot later." Like, it was fun. It was fun while it lasted. It's been a fun ride, but I'm gonna leave you guys in this room while I join
Take
the
your crayons. Go.
Crazy, man.
So next track, this one got flipped quite a few times. It's kind of like my foray into like hip hop. But one of the people that I listened to the most around hip hop was Eminem. Was one of the kind of, the Slim Shady LP, then the Marshall Mathers LP. But I didn't pick a track off of that. I ended up going with Forgot About Dre.
Yeah,
okay.
Because that's again like one of those timeless tracks that even on things like, if you put that on karaoke, it surprises you. Say you go on a work night out and you put it on karaoke.
Everyone knows us.
And, Julie from finance. Like, nowadays, everybody want to talk. Like, they got someone to say, like, oh, okay. It's just one of those ones that...
And Julie will be excited as well for this moment. It'll be coming up.
And like a few years back at a staff to find out I done that on the karaoke, and me and one of my colleagues, one of my good friends, Evelyn, she then done the Eminem parts, like done the Dre bits.
Okay.
And like she was proper going like high over it, and she's like on the sofas, like what's it called? Alter Ego on White Age Road. Yes, we're in there in the little karaoke bit. She's on the sofa just like going for it on the hooks. But yeah, so I think there's like those elements that I remember being on school trips to like France and stuff and playing that on the back of the coach and just going in. And then from Eminem, then that just opened the world to so many people for me, because even like, Eminem was my gateway to Dre, which seems so weird because so many people, NWA was like their first foray into hip hop and that kind of stuff. It wasn't for me. I wasn't really into F the Police and, all them kind of things. But as an adult, I'm like, actually, I can see the symbolism of it and I get the story. But yeah, it was Eminem and just the way that he'd set up his album. He was the guy that would have like skits and different characters in there.
Oh, yeah.
But then also...
His skits are mad.
But his thing as well was like, it was all quite graphic violence.
Yeah.
But it was all...
Definitely.
It's like weird in like the way that when you break it down, all the ways that Eminem... when he raps mid-sentence, to this day, still gets me. Like, I sent you the track with, like, him and Nas. I can't remember what the track's called now. But Eminem, like...
EPMD.
But it's just that like, Eminem just goes mad, and he's rhyming in the middle of sentences. And to me, that just... It's not like he's made it so the end of the sentence goes into the next one. Like, he's literally mid-sentence rhyming words, and it just blows my mind. And just the way he's kind of set it up. And I think it's because of the way that he done skits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I remember when I first did write some rap lyrics, right?
What do you mean when? Like when?
So
Jace is a daily writer, by the way. For everyone out there, Jace is a daily writer.
So I want to give a quick shout out.
He's ghostwriting for your favourite rappers.
He might not even remember this, but Wise Guy, aka Trigger Don, this is a shout out to you, because I remember being in Easton and my friend Remo lived with his brother, and his brother was friends with Trigger Don. And so he was a rapper, so I thought, let me try it. And I wrote like this whole rap, but it was basically Eminem, like, killing somebody, burying him, do his thing. And then Trigger was saying to me, like, your lyrics are sick, but he's like, bro, you don't need to, like, you're clearly influenced by Eminem. Like, and I was like, that makes sense. That's what I was listening to. And yeah, just kind of like, I never really went into rap after
Freddie
that.
and Jason.
But it was sick, because then Trigger was just showing me like all of his bars and just the way he was going from like one style flipping into the next style and just going back and forth. So yeah, just shout out to Trigger, because like, that's a moment I'll never forget. Yeah. But I also think that's also a moment that he possibly never remembers, because he's a guy that's done so much.
No, but
Yeah,
you might be surprised though. He might.
Do you reckon that's one of the hardest collabs of all time?
What do you mean?
Like, forgot about Dre. Would you put that in like your top 5 collabs? I'm gonna keep throwing these top 5 things in, by the way. Just these little arguments.
But I think what it is, sorry to cut your purpose, I think what it is, it was a really good way to showcase your artist.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. It's a really sick collab, but it's like Dre's working with Eminem. I've got this kid.
Yeah.
You will know me as Dre. Yeah. But he's on it as well, holding his own.
That's true. I just
quite
think
like
top 5 is too much, bro. I think
that's hard.
because then what are you gonna do with Snoop and Dre?
Yeah,
Snoop. Oh, that's another episode.
Do you
That's
know
coming.
what I mean?
That's another episode that's coming.
You can't have them and no.
Top
I'm just saying. Nate Dogg, Warren G. That's got to be up there, innit? Regulators.
But you know what? It's funny because as soon as you said that song, when you spoke about Forgot About Dre, I remember Guilty Conscience.
That was I changed. I had that on, and then I changed it because that was one as well.
Yeah. I don't know if maybe it was more the video and the visuals to go with it, etc., and the way it kind of captured a lot of people's attention. But actually, they were cold together when they were doing the tracks. Because
it was that thing where it was like, one's the angel, one's the devil on the shoulder, metaphorically. But then by the end, they're both like, nah, bun that. Like, do you know what? Do it. Just do them.
Have they got any like happy tracks together where they're just like we're just chilling?
Not really. So they've got a few. So they got I guess there was one. What was it called? Was it Doctor? Where like Eminem's basically trying to get Dre to like wake up, and then by the end Dre's like revived, and then that was just before he done like the whole Beats thing. It was just before that.
Oh yeah, but that's the latest stuff.
But that's the thing. Like, but back in there, I don't know if there was as much happiness.
Was that when he was meant to drop what's the album?
Chronic.
Nah.
Whatever it was.
The one that never came.
Rebirth, something.
No, he did. Did he not drop something that was somewhat of like a collaboration, and then it ended up being like the NWA soundtrack album?
There's loads of near misses.
Every year he was like, "It's coming, it's coming," and then one year he just went, "Yeah, no, I'm not doing it."
No, not coming.
The thing is, I think when you build up the hype so much,
can you imagine?
Like the anticipation was too high.
Yeah, you're never gonna match it.
I think
what's the Chronic too?
I think he did the right thing not to release it because, I think he did the right thing.
And then